Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a lot different than my usual video. I think this is a pretty serious video, and I don't usually make videos like this, but I'm not gonna have face cam on today. Today's topic of this video, and this video is aimed more towards the developers at Treyarch. We're gonna dive into why I think Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is getting mass disliked, mass hated, why people are just not warming up to this game. Look, and if you have an opinion on this, I really want you to put it down in the comments below, and also hit that subscribe button. I watched the Black Ops 7 reveal trailer just like all of you probably did, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually liked what I saw. It reminded me a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which is my favorite Call of Duty of all time, and that's why I think this is such a serious Call of Duty that's being released, and it really sucks to see that it's getting mass hated. But we're gonna talk about why I firmly believe this trailer is getting mass disliked, and it's probably not for the reason that you all think, or it might be, and that's exactly what we're gonna dive into today. And I really hope, I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't even consider myself a YouTuber. I'm just a guy who really loves Call of Duty, and I love what Call of Duty used to be in a way, and I'm not a huge fan of what Call of Duty is now. So in my opinion, I think that the trailer is not getting disliked because it's a futuristic Call of Duty. That's not it at all. Black Ops 2 is a futuristic Call of Duty, and it's regarded, in my opinion, and believe me, a lot of other people's opinions, as one of the best Call of Duties we have ever had. It's definitely not because it's a futuristic setting. Now, the trailer could have been shown a different way. It definitely was a confusing trailer, so I think they definitely missed the mark with the trailer, but there's also a lot of other reasons, big reasons why this game was so disliked on YouTube. Once again, in my opinion, I think the weapons looked awesome, the theme looked amazing, and the art style for now looked amazing. You can definitely tell it's Black Ops 2 inspired, Black Ops 3 inspired. It really stood out to me as they definitely did their homework on Black Ops 2, because from what we know, not a lot of the people that work at Treyarch worked on the original Call of Duty Black Ops 2. That's a big red flag right there in itself, but you can definitely tell they at least did their homework with the art style of the game, and that's also going to be an issue that I'm going to talk about later in this video. So one of the reasons that I think, and this isn't the biggest reason, but one of the reasons I think this trailer is getting mass disliked is because of the wall jumping. You might sit on the fence of this, you might not. It kind of seems like they wanted to go all in with advanced movement, but they didn't, and a lot of people don't like advanced movement. I personally, I don't care for it. I much prefer classic Call of Duty movement, like Black Ops 2 movement. I haven't liked movement since Black Ops 4 because it at least was a classic Call of Duty movement, other than like sliding, I think, but it wasn't like the crazy YY spam slide cancel that we have today. But I don't hate movement, okay? It's not a big issue for me. I don't mind it. I do hate it though when it gets absolutely insane, and this is once again my opinion, and I don't think movement is necessarily one of the reasons that it's getting mass disliked is because of movement, but I do think wall jumping is one of the reasons, because a lot of casuals would look at this and be like, oh my god, here we go again, we're back to, you know, jetpack Call of Duty days. Even though it's not, it's still going to have that advanced movement feeling, just because nobody asked for wall jumping. I don't care for it, and I'm sure a lot of other people, especially in the casual audience, do not care for wall jumping. It doesn't sound that cool. After playing Battlefield 6 and watching them go to kind of a return to form with their new game, I was really kind of hoping that Call of Duty was going to do the same, even though they probably didn't have enough time to adapt and make a return to form kind of game. For some reason, I was really hoping that that's what this Call of Duty was going to be, and they said that they kind of did when they got rid of tac sprint, which I hated, but still they just replaced tac sprint with wall jumping, and here we are again. It's not something that I think is that important to the game. I think if they would have just had classic Call of Duty movement, just modernized a little bit, even with Omni movement, it still would have been miles better than having something that controversial like wall jumping. I don't think we need that, and I think that's one of the reasons why people mass dislike this trailer, is because of that. So one of the absolute biggest reasons that I think this trailer was mass disliked is because right in the middle of the trailer they showed their pre-order skins. Brother, are you kidding me? Nobody, you interrupted the trailer to show these cringy skins. Nobody likes your skins. It's just how it is. Nobody wants to see these batshit crazy skins. It's just not something anybody's interested in. Now there might be a few, and I'm sure like some of the comments are going to say, oh, but my lobbies are always filled with them. But how many people don't play Call of Duty simply because of that? That's something that nobody ever thinks about. How many people, I mean, a lot of my friends don't even want to touch Call of Duty anymore because it is nothing like Call of Duty that they remember playing. And I'm starting to get that way myself. Like I have not played Black Ops 6 in months. I've constantly been playing older Call of Duties and other titles like Battlefield because of Call of Duty's like constant need to have these bad shit crazy skins in the game. Not only that, but we also just learned that they're going to have carry forward in season 1 of Black Ops 7. That means that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, every single one of those bad shit crazy skins that they had in that game, Beavis and Butthead, American Tag, the Dragon skins, the Barbie skins, the anime skins, the just other weird ass skins that don't fit the theme of a 90s shooter, are now going to be in a futuristic shooter. And then they're probably going to have bad shit crazy skins in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on top of those skins. And what place does a 90s AK-47 or a 90s M4 have in a game that takes place in 2035? It doesn't make sense. I think carry forward is a massive issue. It's going to ruin the theme of the game, and that's going to push so many people away from this game that it already has. I mean, now one of the devil's advocate arguments for this is, well, I want my money to go further. Okay, I never complained that my camos that I bought in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I bought every single DLC camo, every single one. I never complained that those DLC camos were not in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's horrible for the game. It bloats it. It makes it look bad. It doesn't fit the theme. That's what really gives the this is a DLC factor to the game. And I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to add to Black Ops 7. Another thing was Battlefield 6 was simply amazing. I went into Battlefield 6 as a semi-familiar person with Battlefield 6. I'm not like the biggest Battlefield guy. Battlefield 6 blew me out of the water, and I think it's because it had such a classic video game feel, or a classic FPS feel. Battlefield 6 felt like a game that came out in 2013 that just had upgraded or modernized graphics, and I loved it. No tac sprint, no crazy movement. It was more about gun skill. It just felt good. The last Call of Duty that we had didn't feel like a classic Call of Duty, so people are already seeing Black Ops 7 just like they did Black Ops 6, where it's this crazy off the wall crazy YY spam game. It's polar opposite from Battlefield. And I'm not even talking about just the theme of the game, just the simple base game itself is wildly different than Black Ops 6. And now that same sentiment is going to carry over into Black Ops 7, where Black Ops 6 has a negative stain on it. It's not a classic feeling game like Battlefield was. Once again, the trailer was just, I thought it was cool. I don't really pay attention for trailers for like, oh my god, this trailer has cool music or whatever. I pay attention to trailers to see what the game is going to be like, how they're portraying this game. And one of the issues that I think a lot of people had with this trailer is it didn't seem very military-y. Not even, I love future Call of Duties, okay? Black Ops 2, once again, it showed that. That's why I enjoyed the trailer. It really looked like Black Ops 2. What I didn't like about the trailer was, I understand where they're going with like the campaign in this game, where they talk about, oh, it's mind bending, there's a new nerve agent, it takes you in David Mason's brain and all this other stuff. I don't think that was really needed to be shown in the trailer. I understand you have to show what the game is about. I just feel like they could have focused more on gameplay, some other elements in the game, rather than just utterly confusing people with the campaign narrative of the game right off the rip. So this is one of the bigger reasons, along with, you know, the crazy skins, that I think this trailer got mass disliked, is skill-based matchmaking. I think people are up to their eyes, like they're done with it. Like, we've dealt with this since Modern Warfare 2019. You can say, oh, we've dealt with it before that, because skill-based matchmaking has always existed. If you think that the skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is the same matchmaking system that we have now, you are out of your mind. The skill-based matchmaking system that we have now is way too dialed in. It's way too accurate. It makes games seem not fun. It makes you feel like you're just repeating steps. You're playing the same game over and over and over again. There's no differentiation between, you know, one game or the next. It's always the same. Or one match or the next. It's always the same. That is another problem, because it makes the games get so stale so fast. And I think especially in Black Ops 6, with the crazy movement that they have in that game, it made it worse. Yes, it added a new skill gap, but I feel like the skill-based matchmaking didn't catch up to that. Like, it was really weird. And I think people are worried about that, especially with this new wall jump, that the skill-based matchmaking is going to be just as bad or just as hard as it was in Black Ops 6 that it will be in Black Ops 7. That's a problem. I really think we need to either remove skill-based matchmaking, and this is really why I think the trailer was disliked. We either need to remove skill-based matchmaking, tone it down. They need to address it publicly. Like, yes, we know you don't like skill-based matchmaking. Every single person that has ever commented on our YouTube video, on our Twitter, on our Instagram, they've always said, remove skill-based matchmaking. We get it. We understand. Here's why we thought we shouldn't get rid of it, but we saw this Battlefield 6 trailer get loved and ours got shit on, so we're just gonna go ahead and respond to skill-based matchmaking, and we're at least tone it down a bit or take it out. One of the two. Something needs to happen with the matchmaking system. It is utterly horrible, and people are expecting that in Black Ops 7, and I just really think people are fed up with it. I am myself. That's why I play old Call of Duties. I know a lot of my friends, even my casual friends, that they say skill-based matchmaking protects. They hate skill-based matchmaking. They say the game is not as fun because I can't play with it. I literally can't. Whenever I play with my casual friends, they hate it. And Call of Duty is a community game. It's how it's always been. It's fun to play with your friends on this game. And when friends can't play together because of the matchmaking system, it makes them not want to play the game. It makes me not want to play the game. So a little minor thing that I think people are kind of tired of is the moderation in the game. I think this really started in like Modern Warfare 2019, I think, or it may have been after that, but the voice chat moderation sucks ass. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I understand you don't want racism in your game. You don't want sexism in your game. You don't want, you know, all this other stuff in your game. I completely understand it. You don't want bad shit to be said over the comms, but at the same time, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. That is literally what made Call of Duty popular. Now, what people say, what people have come out of their own mouths, that is entirely up to them. We shouldn't control it. We can't control it. They're assholes. Get over it. I mean, back in the day in Black Ops 2, if you said something racist, like if the lobby didn't like it, they just called your ass out on it and made you feel like an idiot, then you backed out. So that's how it worked back then. I think that's how it should work now. If you're gonna make yourself look like a dumbass for saying something racist, that's on you, brother. The lobby can deal with it. The game should. I'm just gonna kind of wrap this into one thing. I think 99% of the reason that this game was so disliked on YouTube or on other social medias is because people are just tired of the constant not listening from Call of Duty. They completely ignore community feedback or creator feedback or feedback from, you know, people that just play the game. They're always focused on this data. That's not it. That's not the way to go about a video game. You should be looking at how much fun are my players having, not, you know, did they buy this bundle and this bundle and this bundle? How much money are people spending on the game? How much, you know, playtime does this guy have? Like, no, it should be how much fun are you having in the game. That's what's going to keep people around. That's what's going to keep you as a company from losing players to Battlefield. Like, literally, is Battlefield was extremely fun. Even if this Battlefield 6 was a futuristic Battlefield, I think the sentiment would be the same. I think people would love Battlefield. I think people would hate Call of Duty. It's just how it is. I think regardless of what game Call of Duty released, it would have been hated because of the way that things have been ran for the past 5 years. I ultimately think we need a reset. I think Call of Duty, I think you guys, if you're listening, which you're probably not because I'm such a small creator, I think if you guys as developers want to succeed going forward, I think you really need to study what made the golden age Call of Duty popular. I don't know, I just felt like ranting a little bit. I just felt like, you know, giving my opinions on why this game was so hated. If you guys agree with me, or if you don't, let me know down in the comment section below and share this video. I really want some of the developers to see this and really take this to heart. Like, Call of Duty is such a game that we love. That's why it's so disliked, is because we have the passion there for this game. And I really don't want to see Call of Duty Black Ops 2 get butchered, its memory get butchered by this game. Even though the game looks cool, I know it's not going to be loved just because of the shit that they're going to add to the game. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys agree, if you don't, that's fine. Let me know down there in the comment section below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.